Welcome back to Sexuality Today. I'm Maria Turner Lloveras reporting live from Oakland. Speaking to us from Denver, Colorado today, we have the Two-Spirit Society of Denver, representing from the upcoming 2009 International Two-Spirit Conference. Native Americans prior to colonization believed in the existence of cross-gender roles, the male-female, the female-male, what is known as the two-spirited person. This type of cross-gender identity has been documented over 155 tribes across Native North America. Two-spirited people were considered to be gifted among all beings because they carried two spirits, that of male and female. The term implies a masculine spirit and a feminine spirit living in the same body. It is told that women engaged in tribal warfare and married other women, as there were men who married other men. These individuals were looked upon as a third and fourth gender in many cases, and in almost all cultures they were honored and revered. Two-spirit people were often the visionaries, the healers, the medicine people, the nannies of orphans, and caregivers. They were respected as fundamental components of ancient cultures and societies. Don't change that channel just yet, because we're taking you live to the organizers of this year's 2009 International Two-Spirit Conference.
We are inviting all Native Americans that are Two-Spirit with their partners, no matter if they're non-Native or Native. And we'd like to encourage families to come as well. So if you have children, the children are welcome to come, because it's a time when we're trying to empower and go back to the traditional ways, but we brought the communities back together because we gained strength from the men, from the women, from the children, and from our allies. So it's very much a family time to come. This is the very first gathering you've ever been to. We would love to have you, because it's a chance for us to explain what empowerment is about. It's a chance for us to laugh. It's a chance for us to pray together. And it's just overall a great time to network with people all over the United States and Canada, and hopefully other countries in South America.
Most tribes were aware of the existence of two-spirit people, and many still have a name in their traditional language for them. For example, the Navajo refer to them as Nadlie, or one who is transformed. The abundance of terms found in the studies of various tribes testifies to the familiarity of Native Americans with gender-varying people. This is different than sexual orientation. Many non-natives have misinterpreted two-spirit as referring to people with homosexual tendencies, when in fact the ceremonies and practices were based on different genders being manifested and not on sexual preferences or practices. Many tribes had rituals for children to go through if they were recognized as acting different from their birth gender. These rituals ensured the child was truly two-spirit. For example, if parents noticed that a son was disinterested in boyish play or manly work, they would set up a ceremony to determine which way the boy would be brought up. Children of both genders would also spend time with healers, often two-spirit people themselves. Above all, their childhood was marked by acceptance and understanding by the whole tribe. Multi-gendered adult people were usually presumed to be people of power. Because they have both maleness and femaleness totally entwined in one body, they were known to be able to see with the eyes of both biological men and biological women. Two-spirit individuals were expected to behave within the two-spirit gender norms of his or her tribe. Throughout historical documents, we see this type of variation from the norm, and with it the change, transformation, and fluidity of roles for those who felt called to that path, and yet most often they were welcome and appreciated. Two spirits might have relationships with people of either sex. Female-bodied two spirits usually had sexual relations or marriages with only females. In the Lakota tribe, two spirits commonly married widowers. A male-bodied two-spirit could perform the function of parenting the children of her husband's late wife without any risk of bearing new children to whom she might give priority. Relationships between two-spirited individuals is absent in the literature, with one tribe as an exception, the Tiwa. As we begin to understand the great diversity of genders in Native American cultures and the ways in which sexuality influenced the performance of gender roles, we must also recognize the calling of contemporary two-spirited people. Today's two-spirited identity is often mixed in with modern understandings of sexuality, thus creating a perception that homosexuality was well accepted in pre-colonization, instead of recognizing that these homosexual behaviors were accepted under the role of gender identity. Arguably, culture is not static and thus evolves and incorporates all the experiences of life. Therefore, today, the modern movement of reclaiming Two-Spirit traditions incorporates sexual orientation and sexual identity. Well, that wraps up today's edition of Sexuality Today. I'm Maria Tornillo Veras. Good night, Oakland.